Hey everybody, Austin Ryan here, and thanks for watching this module. We're going to teach you a little bit about bass guitar today. This is my good friend Brian Caldwell, who is our main bass instructor, and Brian's going to talk a little bit today about when to play and how to play as a bass player, not so much in technique, but more in style based on the type of song, that you're doing and the time in the song that you're playing it. So, Brian?
Okay, what we're going to take is, this song is going to have 4 chords of it, and I'm going to use the difference between playing quarter notes at times to maybe playing eighth notes to just playing whole notes, and all I'm doing is just playing 1 note per chord change. And this depends on just the way the style of the song is, the tempo. If you're wanting to bring it more up, I would start playing more driving, quarter note, eighth note, and if it was the softer parts, I would play more just the whole notes. So we're going to play this pattern, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do this, and I'm also going to incorporate a little bit of using octaves and playing the same patterns just in 2 different places.
So you're going to play it kind of light first?
Yeah, I'm play it light the first time, kind of let you... That's the kind of light playing through it there. I'm playing it up a higher octave than the typical G. I'm playing at the higher octave here on this G. So we have this lighter thing going on in the song, and literally I'm playing a few notes, walking up to it, but the general part of it is I'm really sticking to just basic notes and rhythms. I'm not really playing anything complex. Now we'll take the same pattern, and I'm going to still play the same notes. I'm going to play it lower this time, and I'm going to start going from some quarter notes to then maybe some eighth notes to get a more driving feeling for the song. So let's take that same thing. So we've gone between playing a driving, still the same 4 notes, the G, C, E, and D, but I've gone from playing these, doing eighth notes. So I'm taking that's what I was doing when it was driving, and then I went to when it was a softer part. The same notes, but it's just going to be a very simple, same thing, just G, C, and a D there.
So then when you're talking about energy and different parts of the song, you've got the octave where you can play it high or low, and typically your quieter stuff would be a higher octave, and your more driving stuff would be a lower octave.
Yes.
Okay, and you've also got the frequency of the amount that you hit your notes, whether it's quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, if you're really jamming.
Right, when you're really going, yeah, you can get the 16th notes in there.
And then there are some other ways that we get energy and that sort of thing.
And it's also about just paying attention, because sometimes you may just really feel you're just moving along and you're playing, like, I would like you to play it soft, or what would be a softer part, like a verse, lighter part. And here's what sometimes we're not paying attention to what's going on in the music, and we're just playing. And here's what this kind of would sound like.
Okay,
and
3,
so you got your, all right. You know, and I know
I've played with bass players.
Yes. I know I've obviously over-exaggerated so you could get an idea of what I'm talking about, but there is a huge difference between just, if you want to have dynamics in your music, between your bass player, your drummer, your guitar player, and you've got to be able to change those. So I've gone, what I used was using quarter notes, eighth notes.
And so did you also change the how intense you hit the...
Yes, I am playing, when I'm playing the higher, because the higher notes ring a lot more and they're a lot easier to play, I'm not playing near as hard as far as my playing, because when I'm driving these eighth notes, I'm playing it pretty good, giving some, applying some pressure to playing on those. But when I'm playing those lighter notes, I mean, it is very soft. I would say almost, in comparison, it's almost just a night and day comparison, because I'm barely, because these notes ring out, because if I play as hard on these higher notes, you have thinner strings, easier to hold down, and it just sounds awful.
So maybe a good way for you guys to practice that, just in closing, is to find a guitar player who will just sit there and play a pattern in 100 different dynamics, loud, soft, medium, and all that, and you just practice as a bass player finding different ways to play it on the neck with intensity and frequency of the hitting the notes. So anyway, thanks, Brian. Great. Talk to you next time.